Feeling much better. So happy to be back. So happy.
Livin'Loud was founded.
What is going on, everyone? I'm back. I missed you guys so much. Baba, everybody, man. Man, it felt so weird not going live for the first time in an entire week in a long time. Man, didn't know what to do with myself, so I just cleaned everything. Rearranged the entire room, did a bunch of stuff. It's been insane, but it looks great. And man, couldn't do this stuff without you guys. Man, did I miss you? We got 30 people in here tonight, and I'm going to be a little rusty. I haven't been here for a while, and no Rolling Thunder tonight. So obviously, you know, take it as it is. But I'm happy you guys are here. Appreciate you, RVH. I need to find space, man. I got you on the Cookie Monster thing you sent me. It is awesome. You know, I just need a place for it, and a bigger house would help. Appreciate that you're here. Miss you guys. Always kicking it, Kicker. William, thank you for tuning in, man. We got Fee Mobile Solutions. What is up? What is happening, everyone? Let me know how the audio sounds, the video looks. Had the kids playing in here for a while, playing some Sims. It's been insane. Past 2 hours today, just making sure everything's getting got together, so we're good to go. Thank you, Baba. Appreciate you, man. You know, I have to show off this computer setup, man. This thing is the bee's knees and just everything else. And these pillows, I mean, they're to die for. These things are so cool. And I wish I could get them for you guys. Maybe these ones I can do. The website that I currently have, they're okay. Not like this. This was $40, these pillows, and they're awesome because they're, you know, the shape of your design, and they look awesome. Thank you, William. Appreciate you guys. I need you guys to let me know if I sound good, because whenever it doesn't sound good, usually I hear about it because you guys are on it, man. I appreciate you guys. William, always, I seen this. I had to throw it up. Hey, Livin'Loud with Andy, Friday late night for the win. You're a rock star. Keep doing what you do, and always, man. I just miss you guys. I really do. You know, I try to throw up a few Patreon things, hang out in the Discord a little bit, and the chats on the lives of other people's shows. It's just not the same, man. I really missed you guys. I miss doing this. And by the way, I don't know if you guys even noticed, we got a new tank for Chris over here. I'm going to pull the camera up. Got 5 million things going as always, but we got it going full tilt boogie tonight. And without further ado, let's check it out. Yeah, we're good to go. Got the multi-view set up. It's awesome. But yes, Chris has a new tank. This thing is awesome. I actually had to lower the light just because it was shining right at the camera. But I threw a plant in there. Oh, there's Chris. How you doing, Chris? How do you like your new tank? This is the Cornut tank. Cornut sent me the link. He said this is the best deal. Buy this 5-gallon tank for Chris, and I did. And this thing's awesome. It's rimless. And you know what? Spare no expense. And we got a new stand too. A new stand and a new rack for everything else. It's good to go, man. Just happy to be able to do this stuff for you guys. And for Chris. So I appreciate you guys. I really do. I really do. I feel like I'm a little loud. There we go. I was hearing a lot of T's and S's on my end here. Clipping. Always clipping. Baba said, I would still buy the pillows at $40, Andy. Baba, I will send you the link, and I will send you some images so you can do it. You need them. It's awesome, man. I did this one, too. Look at that. Oh. Boom. Livin'Loud with Andy. This is the new Dub Collection version 2, and it has Cookie Monster and my car, and it even has the subwoofer that's behind me with Steve Irby's signature. How cool is that? That is just, it's amazing, and that's literally my car. That's so cool. Dub, thank you, and I had to make it a pillow. I had to. I got a lot of stuff I want to show you guys, and we got a prototype amp. Speaking of Baba, thank you, Baba and Ashy, for sending me that prototype from John Myers. John was telling me a little bit about it, and to get a prototype amplifier from Kicker, how cool is that? So make sure you hang out. I'm going to show that off to you guys. Jeff Wargo, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that you are here. Choke Change, thank you for tuning in. I seen your comment earlier about the L7X8. I don't know what you're talking about. And that's the certified Wink. And hey, Andy Kicker, Q-Class thoughts. Man, I have never personally ran one. I built a 4th order bandpass wall in a, what was it, a Nissan Altima, Nissan Maxima, one of the two. Brand new, 2020, a wall, I know, right? And it did 150 on 4,000 watts at 43, down to about 36. It was very flat. 1 to 1.5 ratio. It was my first 4th order. And it did a 50, so that's all that matters. And it wasn't even finished. They sound great. They are what they are. They are definitely sound quality subs, but yes, they can get loud too. And I always wanted to grab a pair, but you know what? With them being end of life, I think I'll just wait to see what they got coming next. But they are awesome products if you can get your hands on them. No Candy Andy pillows. No. I think Deviant would like that a little bit too much. Speaking of Deviant, SJC, thank you for tuning in. The computer is running great. I can play all the Sims 4 I ever want and no lagging. And you know what, by the way, I did a few editing videos, obviously, with the gold letters most recently, especially on this, and it's so fast downloading the video that I'm putting onto the computer from whatever source and then optimizing it and then exporting it so fast. The only thing holding me back is the internet now. So I thank you for you guys putting this thing together for me, and it's working out great, man. Thank you guys. Let's see. Yeah, well, it's because Dave's not here yet. He will be here very soon. He always lets everyone know, please smash the like. But thank you, Outlaw, GFX Australia. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I like the new people that tune in, you know, because it's like, listen, we got a lot of space for everybody to sit down and be part of the family. Let me see. We got Deviant. Okay. Marlon, thank you for tuning in. How's everyone doing tonight? Saying hello to everyone. All right, let me see if I missed any comments, and then I'm going to get to some fun stuff. Stu, what's up, Stu? See, I can't skip all the comments, man. Appreciate you tuning in, Stu. Alan Palmer, just checking in before I pass out. Have a great weekend, fam. Appreciate that you're, tuning into my show, man. That's awesome. Appreciate you. And I know we're going to have to get you on the Rolling Thunder again, man. It was awesome to have you. Appreciate you. Paul Harris, what is going on, Paul? Appreciate that you are here. Dedicated people. I know who you are, and you know, it's just cool that we have this get together, man. And I missed it. I really did. You know, you got all this equipment, you got all this stuff, and it's like, what is it here for? Oh yeah, I go live. Wait, I'm sick. I can't do anything. But you know, it wasn't as bad as the sicknesses that we've had in the past. Not gonna lie, it was just a lot of drainage, but you know, my nose took the brunt of it. Like, it was bad. I'm like, I cannot go on camera right now. You know, you're kind of seeing my face up close. I'm like, no, let's not do that. But I missed you guys, and in the meantime, I got some stuff done. And I see the super chats are working. You know, that's one thing I just will never forget. I am humbled. I am humbled because of that old computer. Oh, man. Thank you, Baba. Appreciate you so much. For the Koslik and El Fuego search party, show your support for this awesome content by hitting the like. Thank you, Baba. And I know El Fuego was supposed to be dropping by tonight. Hopefully he's doing okay that he can. We miss him. We're praying for him. And we miss you, El Fuego. We really do. And I do. I miss you, El Fuego. And Koslik, I don't know what he's doing. He's probably in the jacuzzi right now when it's like 30 degrees outside, sipping on a cold one. It's okay, man. I know he'll jump on eventually. Thank you so much, though, Baba. Appreciate you. You know, I got to get to a lot of the stuff here, man. That room is so sick. Thank you, Josh Tack. You know, I wish there was more I could do, but I feel like there's plenty enough here. I love it, and if it wasn't for these guys watching, making this happen, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I'd still have just 2 solo X's behind me and nothing fancy. But you know what? It was even fun then, and now it's just even funner. Thank you so much, and appreciate you tuning in. So we got Deviant and 25. I didn't even see a Deviant saying that he arrived comment. It's kind of throwing me off. Not gonna lie. COVID round 4 for Andy. You know what? I just got demonetized for saying that. No, it wasn't that, but it was, you know, God. It's just always something. It's like 5 million different flus. We'll just say, yeah, sure. About immobilized, as if you did have that. Fee, you have been having it tough, Andy, even with the issue the prior week in the news. Having it tough. Oh yeah, with that. I know. Bam, bam, bam. Last Friday. Was it not last Friday? The Friday before, when we were coming home and we seen that accident. The kids kind of pulled him out of the car, and one didn't make it, and then that did not go good. And my friend did not take it too easy either. Man, you kind of forget. It's like fine dining and breathing. You kind of move on. And that's how a lot of things in my life are. Always doing 5 million things. But, you know, I don't mind it because I'm doing something I love. Yeah, I do forget things, but that's why I need you guys to remind me. It's crazy. It's like, that felt like a month ago. But yeah, that just happened 2 weeks ago. It was insane. And missed the live stream because of that. Because that was pretty intense, man. Appreciate you, Fee. All right, let me pull up. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, man. It's the ultimate man cave. It really is. And you can see now, like, I got it panned the camera over there. You can see the casting couch, if you want to call it that. Where I got a nice setup where I can literally watch the Unmasked show. Here, I'll show you guys right here. There's the couch over there. And as you can see, now I got 2 TVs here. One big one just so I can watch Unmasked, and another one over here just so that I can see the comments and the SPL Lab Dino and all that other kind of fun stuff over there. Sorry for the shaky hand, guys. But you know what? It's awesome, and I am not complaining. It's a lot of work, but it turned out awesome, you know? And now with the kicker blanket and the kicker pillow, man, I think I'm set. I think I'm good for all the Unmasked shows. Forever. Appreciate you, Philip. Jeff Billy says, what's up to Beardy? You hear that, Deviant? From one bearded dragon to another, he says hello. Thank you for tuning in, Jeff. Appreciate ya. I see DK. Where is DK? I do not see DK. Dave is not here. 25 says Bubba stole his Gately subs. Wow. You know, Bubba's going to be loud. He's going to be loud, and he wants to get louder. He's probably louder than you right now, 25. And you know what? I'd be upset too. Appreciate you, Outlaw. I know it was tough for them. David, there he is. I told you he was out in the jacuzzi. It's okay, man. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate that you guys are always here. I know the guys that are always here. That's the thing. That's why I can't remember anything else. So I remember you guys and all this car audio stuff. Car audio and breathing. That's all I remember. It's terrible. All right. The Kicker Cave. I like that. That's going to stick. The Kicker Cave. I mean, we can spell it with the C. I try to do all those funny innuendos things with K's, and it just doesn't look right, you know, and then you put 3 K's together. It's just not good. But I like the Kicker Cave, man. That is perfect. I love it. Thank you, RVH. The Kicker Cave. With the kicker couch. The comfy kicker pillows. Oh, man, I appreciate you guys. You guys make the show funny and fun to enjoy, and for other people to walk in and be like, wow, what is this? Oh, I can ask this guy questions and have fun. And it's because of you guys too, man. It really is. Guys got an audio shot for a room now. You know, it's the next best thing. Thank you, Deviant. Appreciate you guys. You know, I just wanted to do some rearranging and add some things and, you know, make it less of a storage room and actually a kicker room, you know, and there's a little bit of storage going on, but honestly, a lot of it's more display and or testing dyno, or it's a studio. So, you know, it's doing its purpose. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. It was cool to see Crutchfield on Unmasked last week. Crutchfield. Oh, yes, the guy on Crutch. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes. I know, because I remember watching some of Crutchfield's, because they actually have shows too. They do lives, I believe. And I don't know if it was the same guy that does the lives, but they did have a representative on there, and that was pretty cool. You know, I feel bad that we didn't have a Kicking with Andy show this week. It kind of felt like weird, you know, like, what am I going to do? It's Tuesday. There's nothing to do other than watch some kicker or have my own kicker show, and it's Tuesday. So we went out to eat, you know, and it's like, you know, when am I going to have a Tuesday off? Took him out to Chinese buffet, had a good time, and, you know, it's just, my nose is red, but it's like, camera? Nope, I ain't doing it. And I wanted to have a really good topic for you, too. It was just like a double whammy. I'm going to have a really, really good topic for you guys next week. Well, 2 weeks from now. SJC, very nice. Andy be looking like NASA control with all those screens. I know, it's kind of insane. I actually want to get another stand for this one and put it here so then it's not over there. But then it's like, I kind of like seeing everything over there. But yeah, man, it is kind of intense with just this multi-view display screen and just everything. It's great, and finally, you know, it's 100%. It's 100%, and I know you've been there along the way, man. Had almost 40 people in here. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. If you guys have any questions about car audio, I know a lot of you guys just are here because you're here, and I thank you for that. But if there's anyone that's got any questions that are watching right now, let me know. Art is here calling you audio somethings. No, I don't think that was the case, Deviant. I don't think that was the case, but Cornut took full advantage of that 50% off discount code, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's a 50% off discount code for anything on Kicker.com. You only get to win it once. I mean, yeah, you could probably win again next week, but what are the chances of that? Because it's rigged. And, you know, you might as well buy everything you can. And that was actually Cornut's wife that did all the purchasing. So, don't know what you're talking about. Because she actually won. Let me scroll down here. RVH metered sealed. He wins. I know he had the 215 Qs in a sealed box. Absolutely. I'm about to meter the gold letters. That video I threw up in the very, very beginning. If you caught me just going live, you've seen it. I'll throw it up here in a little bit after I go over the amplifier that I got. And I want to see if you guys can tell the difference of which speaker is broken in. I want to see if you guys know. And like, we'll see what you guys think. Maybe I can put a post. I can put a poll over here in a minute. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Outlaw, I'm old school. Sealed on dash, all that matters. Yeah, sealed on dash score definitely work. You know what? I heard that from someone in the very beginning. And they were saying my outlaw scores aren't as good. And I'm like, at the time, I wasn't like a real competitor and I was just getting into it. And I'm like, okay, man. And knowing as much as I know now, man, yeah, sealed scores are harder to get with enclosures and systems that want to play lower. But if you have a system that wants to peak higher and your cabin, you're close to your resonant frequency of your cabin gain and all that fun stuff, it's actually easier, you know. So it's not like, and then you go and try an outlaw score and you're no louder, or you're, you know, maybe a little bit louder outlaw, but your sealed score is really high. And that's usually what happens with those vehicles that do well on the sealed score. It's not a big jump on the outlaw compared to a build that it does well on the outlaw. And that comes down to wavelength. When you're peaking around 46 to 55 hertz, yeah, you're going to do better on sealed than outlaw, most likely. You peak below that, you're going to want to be opened up. It's just physics and how it works, and your door acts like a port. So it acts like, you know, if you got a sealed box in the back already, it acts like a 6 order. If you got a ported box in the back, it acts like a, you know, or yeah, 4th order and then 6 order. Sorry. But, you know, it gives you an additional chamber in a way. So when you got it sealed up and then you just got, you know, cancellation waves, how many are canceling you, how many aren't, that means how loud you're going to be. And the length of the wave dictates that in simple terms. Charlie, appreciate you tuning in, commenting on my stuff, being a supporter. Appreciate that you're here, man. Oh yeah, he did that sealed on Dash Bro, 9,000 hertz at 150 dB, loudest cry ever ported. Yeah, that's no, I don't want to listen to that. 9,000 hertz, I believe in 150 dB, you would probably go deaf. Hey mom, love ya. I need to buy pillow and that cute shirt with you on it. One for Karen and one for Brandy. Talk later. Gonna relax. Love you. Love you, mom. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll get those for you. I got you. I know, I seen that website and I'm like, oh, I have to do it. I have to do it. I'll show you the other stuff that I got here. Well, here's just, is this still connected? Yeah, good. Here's the pillow, the comfy kicker pillow, Bryson holding it, and man, this thing is just awesome. And oh, there's Kayla's gold letters. There's the rack that I actually had and was more for storage. Now it's more for a display of the amphitheaters. How cool is that? And that's the video. We don't want that. The main reason I went on this channel was, or this website, was to get a Valentine's Day present for Kayla, and I was like, man, I can make some pretty cool stuff with this. And you know, getting the other stuff, I'm like, you know what, you're gonna know what I got you for Valentine's Day. So here's an early one for you. Love you, babe. And we got our pictures done, and we never had anything printed from them. I'm like, you know what, there we go, we got it. And here's the shipment of the Kicker SX 350.2. Picture of it, and it's actually an SX 400.2. This thing is a prototype hybrid of, it has the KX external, like it's a mutt between the KX and the SX amp before it was a thing. And there's the burst sheet with the box, and it inside the box with all the styrofoam. This thing's from like 2003, mind you. This thing is very old, and it's just, it's awesome. So without further ado, let me show you what it looks like. Now, mind you, this is a very heavy amplifier, but it has, you know, the panel covers, so you can have that clean look. It's not 100%, you know, it was definitely used, but you know what's crazy about this thing? It'll tell you how much it was used on the digital display. I need to hook this thing up. It actually shows you how many hours of operation it has and had, all kind of DSP settings, voltage, temperature. This thing was ahead of its time. Big time ahead of its time, and it's just a piece of history. And it says SX 350, but it's actually a 400. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this. You know, I want to use it. I might use it for Kayla's car, and she needs a mids and high amp, and to have one with DSP, I think that would be awesome, but I want to make sure I got room and it looks legit. But it would go good with the gold letters, you know, because they're the throwback, and to have this in there, and the CX1800 power in that, I think it would be a really cool combination. But let's see here on the back. Let me just scroll down here. Okay. What's going on, Wade? Thank you for tuning in, man. Camera's going nuts. It's got dual 4-gauge inputs, and it's got two 25 amp fuses. It's a little hard to see because I didn't want to take everything off there. And let's see, it says 350.2, but it's actually a 400. And I'm taking John Meyer's word for it. I mean, guy works for Kicker. He's had these things in storage since then. So Baba and Ashley, thank you guys so much for buying this off of John and then sending it to me, man. Man, I can't thank you guys enough. This thing is awesome. I love quirky things, man. That's why I love the amphitheaters. I love the older stuff at Kicker too, man. It's amazing. Let's see, you got a remote bass in and out. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look to see how that exactly works, or maybe you can daisy chain them. That's really awesome. Input, output, left and right. And looks like you could put at least 8-gauge wire into those inputs. And that's the thing on this amp. There's no gain. It's all digital. You set everything digitally here. It's insane. And I know about these amps a little bit. I was talking to, well, I got the demo of the Metropolitan. That's what's in there, the SX amps. But I remember Kip was going crazy about these amps, just saying that he put a lot of, you know, ideas down to the font of that display of the SX series. So I want to get a lot of information between him and John on this amp and maybe do a little video on it. I think it would be really cool. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you here, man. Thank you. It's an awesome amp. I can't wait to use it. And it's got a built-in DSP from 2003. That's crazy. Enough space to hide some spaghetti. Exactly, man. You will not see one wire on your build because it'll just be going down into some hole, and your spaghetti will stay underneath there. No one will see it. Exactly. Sorry. Rusty. 30 minutes in so far, guys. I hope you enjoy the show so far, and I appreciate that you're here. John Gotti. How good are those good editions? Oh, the gold editions compared to the Q class sub. I'm gonna tell you this: they don't need that much power whatsoever. They're gonna get louder on less. But do they have as much throw? Are they gonna whatever? You know, I haven't really put them through the ringer quite yet. There's a lot more that I want to do with the gold letters, and you know, maybe build a custom box. But for the average everyday system, I'm keeping them in that sealed prefab enclosure, 1.125 cubes each sealed. The minimum recommended is 1, the max is 2. So, you know, with SPL, you can get all kind of crazy numbers and you can skew things and say, oh, this sub's better. But the gold letters, they're not going to take as much power as a Q, and they're not going to need as much. Can you get more, as like MBE would say, more potential, whatever? Yeah, out of the Q, right, you know, but you might need more along the way, and you're going to get a different sound signature because they require different enclosures with different power. It's lots of variables. The Q is the Q, and the gold is the gold, you know, so they're two different animals. I wouldn't put them in the same fighting range. I just wouldn't, but these are going to sound great, and I mean, for the price reflects that. You know, $219 for the 12, $199 for the 10, and obviously the 15's a little bit of a jump, but it's a 15-inch woofer, and I still have yet to try the 15. I think it'll be really cool sounding, you know, just more bass. 212s are going to be great, though. Colby, I appreciate that you are here. Thank you for tuning in. We love Kip. Hashtag we miss Kip. 100% Bobby. I love their 03 to 06 model. Same here. I have an 03 15-inch CVR that I got off a buddy of mine. And man, like not even a year later, he passed away. So I am never getting rid of that. And it's just really cool because it reminds me a lot of this texture right here. It's what the old 03 CVR, the gray, and it has kicker big on the front, feels like too. And I think it's going to have very similar performance, and that thing sounded great in a very tiny sealed box, just like any kicker does. But obviously, if you put it in like a bigger box, they're going to get louder on less and just more output. Just physics, man. It really is. My voice is yelling at me. What are you doing, Andy? We're doing this again? Kicker had DSP a decade before it became fashionable. Right, dude. And that's the thing. Just ahead. I think Steve got into his DeLorean. He traded in for a Tesla. Just times are tough, gas efficiency, electric is the way. And, I think he just took a little spin into 2015 and then came right back and was like, hey, guys, I got an idea. Got the almanac. Almanac of DSP. What is that? Listen here. Nah, Steve, he is just always been into audio and sound. And I mean, if you're involved with that at any degree, you already know before you even know what a DSP is. Man, I wish this thing would just tune itself. Well, it kind of is. And just learning how that stuff works and the technology that makes it happen today, man. Andy, you need to print that selfie shirt. Yes, the selfie shirt. No, not that one. You know what, Art? I thought you were somebody else. You and your 12 accounts. I can't keep up. I can't. But that's a good picture. Let's see here. Terrell Thompson. Yo, Andy, loving my 215 gold letters. Hate the break-in period. You're going to have a little bit of a break-in period, but I'm not going to tell you it's like, oh my goodness, they can handle so much more power. They're so much louder. They really don't need a ton, but obviously a little bit. But, I feel like what really comes down to, your enclosure and your vehicle sounding better is just getting the enclosure size and the specs kind of what you wanted it to sound like. And obviously, if you got the space to do it and the know-how. And, if you aren't in the Discord, I know you're on Facebook. You probably got me on Facebook. If you have any questions, shoot me a message there or on the Discord, which is in my community tab here. Talk to us, and I'll walk you through some things, or let me know what you got here if you're hanging out still, and we'll see what you got, and try to see if there are any issues. If not, maybe you just need more power, or you might just need that little bit of a break-in. It all depends, man. Really does. I hate when I do that. But it's like, what else do I do? Just stand here? I don't know. It's like a twitch. Let's see. Charlie. Awesome amp. Thank you, Charlie. That thing is just beautiful. And I have a ZX 550, but that's newer. And then I have a KX 600.1, a KX 250.2. But I think they're a generation above this one, because this has got the KX amp outside externally. It's black, the original. Because then they had that, and then I think it turned gray, I believe. I need to polish up on a little bit of my kicker history of each individual model and series of every single thing, because I gotta know that. I do this stuff here. I gotta know that. Let me scroll down. I'm pretty far behind. Ryan Connors. The new gold letters throwbacks are serious SQ woofer. Extremely efficient. I absolutely love them. And that's the thing, man. I know I did the video on them, and they didn't really take a ton of power. They weren't taking 400 or 500 RMS clamp. Again, wasn't broken in, but doesn't need to be. And I feel like a little bit of what was the enclosure. It was 1.75 cubes, which is minimum recommendation for kicker, but the port was not 26 square inches or 24. That's kind of what they tell you to go with. A what was it, 5x5? Not even. Yeah, 5x5 port. And the port's 3x4. It's 16, 17. And what happens is, with that small of a port, you just reach limits of, you know, port velocity quicker because you got a woofer that's got a lot of throw. That'll work great with your Jensen from Walmart, maybe a kicker comp, because I was going deep into it. I'm like, why is it chuffing? Why is it this? Is it really need that much port area? And I'm looking at all the kicker prefab loaded enclosures that they sell right now. And I went deep into it. I was telling Bubba a little bit about this. I'm like, I'm going deep into just research and stuff. And I'm like, why do they have different port areas? And it's like, it makes sense because they have a different amount of throw. They got a different amount of power. And some are really very close and similar, like the Comp R and then the Comp VR, yet one of their enclosures is this, they're both the same cubic feet externally, but one has a port tuning at 38 hertz and one has a tuning at 31. I think it's a CVR is tuned at 31 and then the Comp R is tuned at 38, because I really wanted to go into things deeper of like, okay, is the gold really that similar compared to the Comp R, like everyone's telling me? And I'm like looking at it, I'm like, kind of. Yeah, it's very more similar to that than the CVR, just because of the type of enclosure that they recommend and what type of enclosure that the Comp R recommends and stuff like that. So it really does come down to so many variables, it'll drive you insane. But at the end of the day, though, it's efficient. It's efficient. It's a throwback to, you know, or it's a nod to 87, 86 when these first came out. And, you know, like this is where we all started, the Gold Letter series. And honestly, I think it's very competitive to the original Gold Letter, watt for watt. It's not going to beat it watt for watt entirely. You know, maybe after 80 watts, this one's going to take over just because it needs a little bit more power. It's got more throw. And obviously enclosure dependent, all kinds of variables again, but you know, just punch for punch, which one punches harder. And yeah, it's going to pass it up, but I feel like it's a very good front runner for, you know, just a 50th anniversary remake of the original. It's awesome. It's really awesome stuff. Thank you, Ryan. I know I want to build an enclosure for it. I was going to, and I was going to meter it with that ported box, but I'm like, that thing is just chuffing it out, not doing it. And I'm like, I could do it with a 15, I could do it with a 10, I could do it with two 12s. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to build it for me. I'm just going to build it for Kayla and just throw it in there and have a nice musical build for her, something that plays decently low, that doesn't need to be cranked up the whole way to be, you know, making any kind of bass. Because that single 12 in that box that was real small sounded great on low power. But, you know, it's got a CX1800 on it. Chuffing was inevitable. Just a little bit earlier than I wanted it to. David, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I told you, he's always there telling you guys, hit the like. And you know what? You guys are killing it every week. I see it, man. Thank you guys so much. Teflon Don, Yo Gotti, John Gotti, thank you. Yes. Thank you so much, Dave. Love you, bud. RVH, Andy, do you need to find a George Foreman Grill ZR 1000 for the gold letters? The ZR 1000, that is, I know what you're talking about. It's got like the silver, got the silver into it, it's black. They have one at the museum. Yeah, they're pretty awesome. They got the little crossover chip and everything. Yeah, that would be perfect for it, you know, just because. The CX1800 kind of is, you know, doesn't really fit the build. But eventually, when the L7Xs come out, she's going to have two L7X10s in there. And in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will be putting in her head unit finally with wireless CarPlay. I can't wait. Andy, but there's more unboxings. More unboxings? You and unboxings and live streams. 5 hours. You're nuts. Let's see. Arrow port chuffing, use a slot. It is a slot, unfortunately. The one that I had it in, it's like not even a slot, but it's not an arrow port. It's literally it's not a rectangle, because it's like 2 inches here, 4 inches here, and then curved up here and flat on there. So what, parallelogram? I don't know. It's not. It's a weird shape, but it's just not enough port, man. the port had nothing to load against Andy. No, this was in the car. I put it in the car. That's the thing. It just, you know, it sounded fine, and then just certain notes, it's like, man, that just does not sound good. And yeah, it was the enclosure, 100%. I mean, just looking at the minimum recommended specs, man, you know, it's just, it's not enough port area. And that's just how physics work, man. You can run low on the port area, but then you have to have, you know, I don't know, an idea of how much power you're going to throw at it, because it's just not going to take as much. You're going to hit terminal velocity in the port, aka chuffing, and it just doesn't sound good. And I mean, for SPL, it really doesn't matter, but it can hinder it 100%. Why am I so far behind? Andy, check Messenger. Bobby B sending photos here. Hopefully it's something nice here. Oh yes, we've been needing to do this for Bobby. You know what? That's gonna do that, isn't it? That's better. Bobby B got the JP95 amp. This was one of the amps that I wanted to get just because it's an awesome amp, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. 900 RMS at 2 ohms on the sub amp, I believe, and then good 125 by 4. It's an awesome amp. It's awesome. I love the plexiglass finish that they put on the back of those, and the bass knob that has like a clip detector and temperature and voltage. I mean, come on, what else do you need? It's awesome stuff, really. I actually had something I wanted to show for Bobby, and I wanted to do it, and then I didn't go live, and I'm like, oh, this is for Bobby B, and we gotta do it. We gotta do it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Oh no. It's been so long. I'm dying here. I know I favorited it. Let's see. Scrolling. I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's funny. I'm telling you, it's worth the wait. Here it is. This is it. This is it.
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
I seen that. I'm like, that's Bobby B, Uncle Bobby B. Appreciate you sending me those, man. And you know what? That's what's awesome about the setup that I got here, man. It's just easy, and to show you guys other people's builds and what they got working on, you know, whatever it happens to be, you know. And if you guys got questions about your systems, I mean, how much easier does it get? And there's plenty of ways to reach me. Trust me. Let me scroll down here. Go to the scrolling camera. This is the scrolling camera. Declue, it's today. Declue, today. Annie McGill, there are 2 Cookie Monsters. There's like 3. We got 1, 2, and then we got 3. We got 3 Cookie Monsters. Well, 4, and they're on both sides too. How cool is that? I know I didn't even get to really show you guys. I need to show you guys the Solo X pillow. It doesn't even fit in the screen. This thing is 15 inches. It's literally a 15. Isn't that cool? It's a pillow. I mean, come on. Perfect. It's perfect. Love it. Okay, don't fall. Thank you. Appreciate you tuning in to Clue. Horn sounds like yes. Why did they discontinue the KX amp? The KXA, KX, just end of life, man. You know, I think they brought that out, what, 2016? 5-6 years they keep a product, move on, make a next. And I feel like there might already have been a KXA replacement if it wasn't for everything else going on in the economy that already has been pushed back, kind of threw everything off. Eventually they'll get back to, you know, having everything, okay, one's done, we're on to the next. And, you know, you can still go out and buy the KXA amps. You can still warranty them. They have them technically, but they only keep a certain amount for, so the people that go out and buy one at Crutchfield today, and it's the last 5 or 10 that are left, and, they have a 3-year warranty on it because they use the kicker power wire, and get additional warranty compared to the traditional one. And that guy, 2 years in, and he maybe pushed it a little bit too hard on a hot day over and over, and, a fet blew or something happened. And 9 chances out of 10, they can just repair it. But if there's major problems with the board, it's almost easier to just send them a new one, and then maybe they can repair it, or they just scrap it, and then, it goes towards another amplifier, or who knows what, they melt it down, they move on, and the customer gets a brand new amp. And so they hold on to a lot of them. They still have them there, I'm sure, but to resell, no, because they want to make sure that they got some for warranty. But why? Just end of life, and hopefully they got something new. And with the Warhorse on its way, it's never a bad thing to run too much power. Obviously you got to have a little bit of electrical, but say you want to run 2, kicker Q comp Qs, and they were the 15s, and it was perfect with the KXA 2400. Just buy the Warhorse 36 3.6. Just grab that. WX36. Grab that. And you can actually set your gain a little bit lower, just so 1, you never clip, 2, that you're just, kind of governing the amplifier and the power. In my opinion, I would just set the gain to the head unit, just set it full tilt boogie, and then just play with the bass knob, and, just so that you can get more dynamic range if you want it. You want to clip a little bit or push your subs a little bit, it's okay, because 9 chances out of 10, it's going to be more clean power on an amplifier that's way too big, compared to one that is RMS for RMS, and then you send it a little bit too hard and you're clipping it. It's making more heat for the power that it's delivering, and that's why subs blow up, man. They really do. And I don't know, there's just a lot of factors involved with it. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We got 40 people in here the whole time. You guys are OGs. I missed you guys. It's weird. I was telling Kayla, I'm like, man, I got a little bit of anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. More than normal. I haven't went live in over a week, and that's just, it's nuts, because everything has been going crazy. 2 shows a week, kicking it with Andy. We've been jiving, and then it's just like, boom, something happens, boom, and then boom, no shows. And I'm like, man, just throwing the paper up, and I'm like, I'm done, need a break, I'm sick. I'm gonna get some stuff done because I got some energy. I don't want to just do nothing. This room was a mess, unboxing stuff, moving stuff around. This was actually the shelf that held the computer before. Now that's an entirely different shelf, and I re-baffled the top just so it can hold, flatter things, make it a little bit nicer. And if you look over there, I don't have just a pretty lady hanging on top of that shelf for no reason. That's the magazine my car's in, so I have to display that. I found that just sitting there. I'm like, I need to have that up there. Got the down for sound boombox. We got the IZ. It's been so long since I've used the amphitheaters. We got the ZK and the IK. So that's the ZK350, the portable. Got the little passive radiator on the back there. I actually have another one sitting right here too. Oh, Ryan sent me some photos. Thank you, man. I'll have to throw those up there. Make sure this is still working here. Go to my camera, fancy camera. Can we go to a wide lens, please? Thank you. Yes, there we go. And right there, I actually have a little 100, a IK 100 just sitting here. Yes, Scott Dilbeck, I have a working iPod that actually has DJ Rusticles on it. If I want to play music, and it works for editing, and it just looks really sweet. Everything is on a push button. It's just, I love my amphitheaters, man. And got to have a little bit of external sound other than headphones once in a while. Let me see, let's see. Oh, Ryan Connors. What do you got for me here, buddy? Let's see here. Here's my 2 subs I'm running. 2 Orion HCCA 15-inch subs. SPLX subs, 7,500 watts RMS. That's not going to work. 184 pounds each. Woo! So those are the SPLX. Yeah, I've heard of those Orions. Yes. These are Tim Johnson, rest in peace, who passed away and got 2 of his SPLX 5Ks that clamp 10K a pop. That's awesome. You got some Yinglong ding dongs in there. Those are awesome. Let's see what else you got here. All that, you got nice bus bars. That's beautiful. Yeah, those things are the biggest Orions that you can find. I know that. I have 2 good friends of mine, John and Seth. They are big Orion fans, hands down. And then it looks like you got some, excuse me, HCCAs. Those are the ones Derek tested, the 5K, right? That is awesome. Appreciate you sending me in those photos, man. You made it on the show, and that's what's cool about being able to do all this stuff. It's awesome, and I want to see your guys' stuff. And Bobby B for the win. Yes, Bobby B for the win. Always for the win. Usually it's Kicker for the win. I am sorry. Appreciate you guys, man. JP95 for the win. I'm probably so far behind on the comments, but I got some of them over here. We missed you, Fuego. We got a $20 super chat just hanging out down here. Oh, man, you guys got to let me know. We got DIY audio guy tuned in. I missed you guys. Really have. We missed you, Fuego. So good seeing you, brother. You're telling me I missed El Fuego. Where is El Fuego? Fuego. I see it. El Fuego. Hello to everyone. Thanks to my friends in the audio community, I have 2 Kicker Gold Letter 12s that will run off the sub channel of my JP95. That's perfect, El Fuego, man. And the guys are awesome. The community that we have, it's different. You know, I joined one recently of like football with soft drink, and it's cool, but it's not the same, man. What we got something special here, and I know a lot of you guys know what it is. And El Fuego, we love you, man, and you are gonna rock those goal letters harder than anybody that I know. And it's awesome that you got those. Please let me know when you got those installed. I need to share them with everybody. Thank you, El Fuego. Love you, buddy. Cornut, I don't see Key Series going anywhere anytime soon, and they're actually working on more Key products. You didn't hear it from me. Sean Herring is here. Thank you, man. I missed you last time, and I've just been sick. This guy's from MBE, so he was going to come on over. Here he is. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate that you're here. You made it. That's awesome. Lyle, good luck. Will a 45-degree elbow have any effect on an aeroport? Man, you know, if I answered this one way or the other, I know T-Fade and all the box designers are going to be like, listen, it doesn't make a difference. And to be honest, I don't, you know, a 45-degree elbow, I feel like it's going to do more of anything, help against maybe a standing wave that may be there. And are you going to be able to hear the difference? Probably not. Does it look good? Absolutely. Does it help with corner bracing? Yes. You know, any effect on the aeroport? You know, you have so many angles. The less angles you have, the better. I'm going to tell you that. Now, if you have the aeroport in there and you don't have a corner bracing, is it going to make a big difference? The waves are going to get out no matter what. But, you know, it doesn't hurt. Like I said, with the bracing, it looks good. And it makes, you know, the placebo effect. You know, it might just sound louder because you think it's louder because you got a corner in there. And, you know, I do it anyway. My Cookie Monster box literally has 45s on every corner, like other than the very top of the box, because that's kind of hard to do. Literally on the corners, they're 45, the negative 17. I don't know. Tony told me how he did it. That's how it is. It's got 45s everywhere for corners so that there is no, you know what I mean? And did that help? I don't know. I never took them out, you know, so I don't know. But should you do it? Why not? Is it going to have an effect on your aeroport? I don't think it's going to be something that you're going to notice. To be honest with you, maybe it might help efficiency in one way, but it's going to be hard to be able to tell the difference, man. It really is. It really, really is. Let me see. That pillow is awesome. Thank you, Ryan. And again, thank you for sending me your photos, man. I appreciate you guys. John Myers just texted me. Thank you, John. Thanks for watching today. How did it go? I have no idea. You did great. You did great, John. And man, it was interesting seeing you there with, what was it, Chris and Sandy on their show. I see that they have another channel that they do other live streams too. But they wanted to have one for their car, or not car audio, but mostly car show stuff. And who better to have John from Kicker? You know, he loves Mustangs and old cars, classic cars, and sound quality. And a lot of those guys that are in car shows, they're going to want some SQ. And I know, John, you're going to help them out. You did great on the show, by the way. Man, my voice is not used to this. I feel 100%. Don't get me wrong. Pour some out for Mr. Mac. I know, rest in peace, man. But for Bobby B, I had to throw it up. See, I'm not that young. Y'all were making fun of me last time. That's why I really didn't stream for like a week or two, because I didn't know, Vanilla Ice or whoever name it was, rapper. I'm like, wait a minute, I know that song. I am just terrible with names and artists. I'll know the song like I know your car, but I forget your name. It's just names do not come to me very good. Unless you tune in every Tuesday and Friday, then I might know you guys. But it helps your names there. Why did they make the Warhorse smaller, Andy? Very, very good question. The old Warhorse was 40 inches by 24 inches. This thing was huge. Why is it smaller? Because it doesn't need to be bigger. And they actually, I think Joe Hobart was talking about it a little bit. They actually made it a little bit bigger than it needed to be, because at the time, anybody that was in the car audio, they're like, man, a bigger amp means more bass, more power. And, that's the concept. And nowadays, it's not so much that. It's like, I need more power. I need 1,000 watts right here, because it has to fit under my seat, because I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It doesn't need to be, especially with the full bridge technology, topology they've been using for a long time. That's why their amps really shrunk down. If you looked at the ZK2500, that thing was huge too, and I don't think that was full bridge. I believe that was half bridge, the ZX2500, and that ran around the same time or right after the Warhorse WX10K, 1000, 10,000.1, I guess that would be. I don't know, WX what? There was only one. Now, will there only be one Warhorse now? I don't know. We'll see. Official wink. 2, like I said, it just doesn't need to be that size. That amplifier was it full bridge? Was it half bridge? No, it was like 2 bridge. The thing was push-pull technology. It had giant toroidal coils, like the Omega 40K guy. They got toroidal coils and a 40 mega K, whatever, 0 ohms, 40K Omega, whatever. And these giant transformers that were just huge, like stuff you would see in like home AV receivers, just massive. And just, it needed some space, and that helped with the cooling and keep things, whatever. But it was just back then, yeah, it needed to be a little bit bigger. It wasn't a full bridge amplifier, different technology, tons of power. The efficiency was, you can't touch it. It was like over 95%. That's more efficient than the only thing that's 100% efficient is a heater, because whatever heat it doesn't emit, it releases from, the motor, and it's still making that heat some way. So the efficiency was out of the ballpark. And did it need to be that big? No. They made it that big. And you know what? Yeah, the Warhorse WX36 isn't as big, but I mean, come on. I don't know how much power. I almost said it. I gotta watch myself. But it's going to be a lot of power. And obviously, it's going to do a little bit overrated, just like the, the KXA 2400? 2400. Go check out Derek Williston. That thing did 35 certified, 44 almost uncertified at 1 ohm. Full tilt boogie, all right. Oh, you only got a 2,000 watt amp on here? Yeah, bro, that's it. Just a 2,000 watt amp. Can't. I mean, it's a 2,000 watt amp, at 2 ohms. We got a super chat. Bubba, I threw up yours, right? Yeah, I threw up your super chat. Thank you so much, Bubba. Nuts. You guys are nuts. Matt Starks, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you here. Got a super chat. I'm so far behind. From Mike DePoli, shout out to the 14.4 volt Discord chat. Andy, great show as always. Glad to see you back. Mike, I missed you guys. Thank you for the 14.4 super chat. I haven't been in the Discord as much as I should be, but I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie. Deviant, love what you do. Appreciate you guys. And this community is it's amazing. It really is. There's words can't describe it. It really is awesome. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Ryan Connors, hey Andy, is Kicker's new Warhorse full bridge design? Yes, 100%. I don't think that they would go to a half bridge. Well, they do have some still and some AB class, and then can an AB amp be full bridge? I don't know. But I don't think so, just because they don't need it to. If they can make an amplifier that, you know, does a lot of power and it doesn't require as much power, it's just a more efficient design. Yes, it might cost a little bit more to prevent problems, and that's why you see maybe cheaper full bridge amplifiers. And they might have problems. Well, maybe there's a few extra steps you've got to do so that you don't have problems, because anybody in there, you know, I don't know, whenever I first, you know, started talking to people and finding out a lot of things, and people were like, oh man, yeah, the Terry amps are junk because they're full bridge, go with Korean or whatever it was. At the end of the day, man, that's all, folks. At the end of the day, it was just like, oh, well, full bridge is kind of sketchy, and I don't know. I don't know if I want full bridge. And here, they've been doing it for years. All of these guys, you know, Alpine, Kicker, Rockford, making full bridge amplifiers. Not sure about Rockford, but I believe so. I know Alpine does. Like the MRP series, that's full bridge. But it's just in a more efficient design compared to a half bridge amplifier. Can a half bridge amplifier be efficient? Yeah, but is it going to be as efficient? I don't know. I am not an amp guy. You need an amp guy here to tell you. And I don't even know if Derek would know. Maybe he would. But I think Joe Hobart or someone at Kicker would be someone to ask. And make sure you tune in to the Unmasked show every Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. I always mess that up. Ask there. They'll be happy to ask you. Happy to help you. Or email Social Kicker and they'll get you going. Matt G, I saw you at MBE. Thank you for tuning in. Long time no see. Appreciate that you're here, man. Thank you, Garrick. Love your Kicker pillows. That is awesome, man. They are. Even this is a pillow too. It's just my car though. It's just no top, just the car. And I'm like, I need it. I need it. And I love the pillows, man. And with this setup over here, with the couch, and I'm like, man, you know, I need to lay down a little bit here if I'm watching on Mass with the TV over there. I need a pillow. I think that's perfect. Let's see, Kicker, John Gotti. Kicker is my favorite car audio. Will the Warhorse be easy to install? 100%, man. You know, I mean, it's not any amplifier can be hard to install, but it just depends. You know, is it going to be easy where, you know, you have to do all kind of electrical upgrades? Maybe not. Maybe you can't just run this on, you know, a Walmart power kit or a Best Buy 4-gauge kit. OFC or not, maybe you need more. You need an extra battery or maybe a high output alternator to keep everything happy. I don't know. Is it going to be easy to install? If you think a CX amplifier is easy to install, then yes. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys, man. Really, really do. You guys are awesome. I know I skipped over a lot of comments. Cornot had to say it for El Fuego. Hello from the Pacific Northwest. Sean, let's get the likes up for Annie, people. Let's go. We got 50 people on my end. Appreciate you guys that are tuning in. I missed you. I really have. We're going to go this a little bit longer just because, I mean, why not? And it's been a while, and yeah, I want to, so we're going to do it. DIY, Thank you, Fuego. Okay, I'm caught up. I am caught up. Let me scroll back down. Everyone's happy that Fuego is feeling better. Coronut standalone key DSP. You know what? They could be working on that. I don't know. They need to. I cannot confirm nor deny. I don't know. 5 fingers, a wild turkey 101, and some lemon honey will help that cough. If it doesn't, you will not care. You know, I don't know what it is. I think I'm just not used to talking. My voice is kind of... yeah, it's not good. Not sick, though. Not at all. Baba, it was so cool seeing John on a Friday stream. I know. He did great, too. He really did. He did awesome. He did awesome on that show, and it's so cool hearing things, even though it's like we know a lot about John. There's more about people, too, down the road. You know, you hear different stories or different angles of the story. 100%. I do got a little bit of a... You know what? I noticed that whenever I was going to sleep last night, I changed my vape coil. I know, right? Vape. Oh, 3 people just left. Just kidding. Appreciate you guys. Bro, that studio looks sick. Thank you, Baba. Hey, made it happen, man. All you guys did. And you know what? I just had to decorate a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ryan, hey Andy, is Kicker's new Warhorse full bridge design? 100%. 100%, yes. Original Warhorse was also 10K into 2 ohms. Yeah, 5,000 watts into each voice coil at 2 ohms. 5,000 RMS at 4 ohm, 10,000 at 2. I don't know if anyone... I know Derek was going to amp dyno it, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, why he... I know there was idle issues, but I'd never seen an amp dyno in a Warhorse. I would know. He was going to, and it would be cool to see what kind of numbers it would do, and then maybe at 1 ohm, but I think it's... I don't think that they did what they do now, where they put a huge power supply, where it has really good dynamic range, and gives you that power on dynamic music that might need that long spring, but not, you know, just dynamically. I don't think that was really its strong point. It was just, here's sine wave, 40 hertz to your face. You know, and you can clamp 10,000 watts and only need, like, you know, 500 amps really of current, you know, and then batteries upon batteries, and you were good to go compared to needing double in with a half bridge, you know, crappy amp design. Efficiency, man. Garrick Hudson, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Man, I do got a little bit. Yeah, I'm just not used to talking this much. Andy, my friend from another mother, brother. Appreciate you tuning in, dude. Sean, glad to be so I can learn about subs and amps. Man, you know, this is where you want to be to hang out. And if you got any questions, this is where it is. And if you ever need like one-on-one help, man, like I said, on Facebook, find me, Andy McGill, or Discord, man. I got all the stuff there. You got Patreon too, if you scroll down there. Bobby, Andy, no Kicker 50th blanket in the mail yet. Bobby, you're gonna have to talk to Bill. You're gonna have to just call Bill, be like, Bill, where's my blanket? You know, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Shout out to MBE for his hard work, Andy. I know I asked him the question before I went live. I'm like, how many boxes do you build a month? And he's like 30 to 45, and then it could be more, like 60 boxes a month at like peak season, you know. And I'm thinking, I'm like, that's insane. That's a lot of boxes. Like, if you take a couple of days off each week, you know, you're doing like 1.5, 2 boxes a day. That's a lot, man. I don't know, Stu, could you do that many boxes? That's insane. And props to him, man. I know he be moving them boxes. 100%, man. Andy, you owe us Kicker prizes. You know, I got those codes in my back pocket, but I'm not giving them to you, 25. I know, make sure you tune in. Next Kicking with Andy, we'll have another 50% off discount code along with the Bullfrog 100 that's sitting over there beside a pretty lady. Didn't hear that from me. And the EB or the Tabor 2s and the EB 400s. It is extremely tough to dyno the Warhorse. The Warhorse works differently than any other amp out there. I know, but at the same time, just because the wave goes one way, I feel like the SPL Lab could do it over the 81. I just feel like you guys could figure it out of how to, per se, clamp it, and because how the wave only goes one side, or you know what, maybe just hook it up to a speaker and clamp the negative and positive of coil 1 and coil 2, and or maybe, I don't know, just to be able to get that full wave. You would have to do something like that on a reactive load to do it. I don't know. Appreciate you guys. Questions? Good questions. I have a 410-inch MBE enclosure. It is built like a tank. You know, it would be cool to get my hands on one, you know, to show off to people, you know, but I feel like, you know, he's got a lot of customers. But I wouldn't mind doing that for him, you know, like, hey guys, you know, let's meter this thing. Let's put it through the works. Let me talk about it. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, man. I really have. Really have. Cassie did get one. Cassie got one. But she's the reason why everyone else got one. She had to get one. Only 3.5 months till National Andy Day on 5/23. I'm glad you remember, Deviant, because I forgot. And I do remember now. Yes. Jerry Jenkins, Williston Audio, Data Warhorse 10K on his website. I don't know. I know he was going to, but there were some issues. I don't know. I'm going to have to look. So I've been thinking, let's see a wall and SUV on SPL meter. I don't think the gold subs will hold up. On an SUV and SPL meter, I don't think the gold... Well, you know, any sub is it going to hold up or not? You know, it just depends how much power you're putting onto it and just, you know, tons of variables. You know, back then, with the old golds, you didn't have 4,000 watt amps, you know. Nowadays, you do. So maybe you want something that handles a little bit more power, but just like anything, you're going to need more power. So is it going to do well? I think it will. As long as you just don't overdrive it like you don't overdrive any other speaker, you'll be fine. Now, just, you know, and it's got, you know, supposedly 17.5 millimeters of X-Max. Supposedly X-Max really isn't a real thing. It's just the coil length, the top plate, bottom plate, whatever, you know, and 50% BL. I don't know. Factors that I don't know. But, you know, it's got to have some throw, man. There's a reason why they put ribs on these surrounds, so they go further and they stay, you know, smoother along their range, man. So they're going to sound good. I don't think that they're going to be a fail, man. I really, really don't, you know, and people sleep on kicker comps, the ones at Walmart, and those are some of the greatest dollar for your bang woofers. Yeah, they only got like 11 millimeters of excursion, but they don't need a ton of power, and they play low, and they just get loud on nothing, and these remind me of that, but just in a different signature sound, and obviously every enclosure is going to make a difference. All right, my voice is giving up. It's been enough, but you know what? I'm going to show you guys one video before we end here, and I want to see if you guys can tell me. I was going to do a poll, but I don't feel like doing it. We're not going to do it. I want to see if you guys can tell me if you can tell which one is broken in. Oh, you know what? It's been too long. I got to redo this. No problem. Good. I think we're good. This was the video that I was playing earlier. These are the Kicker Comp Gold Letter 12s in that sealed box, a little over a cube each on the CX1800. Now, I want you guys to tell me, is it going to be the left sub or the right sub that is already broken in? Is it the right one or the left one that's already broken in? Which one's the new one? Tell me which one's the new one. Left or right? We'll go with that. And let's get this playing. And let me lower my music so you can just hear the amazing amount of bass this has. All right, we got some guesses already. Need music. Oh, God. Music, thank you. Got some guesses already. Give you guys a minute. Deviant says right is broken in. Cornut says right. Yeah, they are very similar. I know it's, to be honest, it's really hard to tell in lighting and angling. That's why I try to give a few angles. Left. Dev got it. But is Dev right? If Dev is right, he got it first. Or your box is built like... It could be that too. It's a little leaky. Right. Right. They're all going with the right. Right is what? Broken in? Or right is new? I said left before video started. Obviously. Bobby is a lefty. I believe it. I believe it. Troy! What's going on, Troy? Love you, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Left is new. I said before video started. What the heck? What's the name of the game? I win. One more second. You know, it's going to be a hard way to tell who won this exactly, but yeah, the right one is broken in. The right driver is broken in, and it's really, really hard to tell. But if you look at it, you just got to look at it. It moves a little bit more than the other one does. And I know the front shot is really the money shot. Once it starts, you really got to be watching. Let's see here. Come on, iPhone, don't fail me now. See, look at the right one. It's definitely it's moving further, just a little bit, than the left. The left one is the new one. The right one is broken in. But see how the lighting makes it look like the left one is moving more, but it's really not. It's really not. The right one is moving a good, I don't even know. But to be honest, in the car, you can't hear the difference. You really can't hear the difference whenever, you know, especially because these are in separate chambers. Yes, I know I should have said that ahead of time. They are in separate chambers. It's not a common chamber, so. Because if that was the case, you could see crazy, you know, iterations between the two where one might move a little bit more because it's broken in, even more so because the other one's pushing it, it's not broken in as much, so it might be a little bit greater of a difference in a common chamber. I don't know. And does that make a difference too? Can you throw in a new sub with old ones and not be broken in? You know, I feel like breaking in period stuff, you know, that's a rabbit hole. But Deviant, I'm going to give it to you, buddy. I'm going to give it to you, and whoever the outlaw Australia man is, I guess you won too. Congratulations. You get my love, and you guys did great. Yes, you win. Looks like you're going to have to send yourself a free amp. Deviant is just sending the winner, which is Deviant, a brand new amp. Congratulations, Deviant. Thank you, Deviant, for making that happen. He's always killing it on the show doing these giveaways. No, for real though. He gave out decals to you guys, and we had an awesome time like a month ago. Thank you, Deviant, and good job. It was just for fun. It's hard to tell which one's moving more, you know. And I feel like with different drivers, and maybe if you had a really good camera and the lighting was equal, and you just sat there and turned it, and the neighbors wouldn't complain, you could probably see a difference. A little bit more so. What screws did you use for the gold letter kicker subs? You didn't even realize those are gold screws in there. Let me see. You can see them a little bit right there. Look at them guys going. Oh yeah. That's a clear shot right there. I know it's still hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Where's it at? Yeah, we got some... Oh, come on. Where's the shot? I thought I had a higher shot of it. Gold screws for gold letters. See? Gold. 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 There you go. You're welcome. I don't know. It's always rigged, Troy. You know, it's just a kicker thing. We keep it rigged. I think I found this week's timestamp comment. Keith Mulder, what's up, bro? Living loud for life. Thank you for tuning in. This is actually the end of the show. I'm going to cut you guys off. I love you guys, but we'll do this again Tuesday for the after show. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, on the Unmasked Show. Andy, I demand my kicker clock sent over ASAP, please. Yes. I know, I need to get more cones so I can make more kicker clocks. Whoever Outlaw is, yes. Yes, yes. With that, I'm having one made, Dubby. I missed you guys. I really have. And you know what? The show went great. I had a lot to cover, a lot to show you guys, a lot to talk about. And man, we went over everything, a little bit over. It's great. I missed you guys. I wanted to do it. And before my voice is entirely gone, I'm going to catch you guys at the caboose. I love you guys, and I will see you on Tuesday. I promise. See you guys. Stay living loud. Glad you got that clock, Cornut. I am glad. Good old Dub team. Way to go, Dub. Trolling. Always trolling. Now we know Deviant is married. I never would have thought. I never would have thought. Deviant is married. Note taken. Thank you guys. Love. Basehead 30! I think you're right, Cornut. We need to message YouTube and be like, listen, you got to get on the Discord train already. What are you doing? Come on, man. Thank you, Dub. Now that I know you're Dub, I see Cornut came in over here. But on up now it just came up on StreamYard. Missed you, Andy. Welcome back. Thank you, Cornut. Love you, buddy. Great to be back with the 14.4 super chat. Always dedicated for those guys. Thank you, Cornut. Married. Married? I still can't believe that. He's lying. They lying. I need to know his name. I mean, her name. Bubba took it. Love you now. Just because. See you guys. 10.9 loves you too. Cornut stole it. He said, this is my caboose. Done.